Okay, so a very good morning to everyone on live. I hope it's a very happy morning. And myself, Arun, the trainer from Seven Sense Talent Solutions. Very good morning. Very good morning, Ali. Okay, let's wait for another 30 seconds for some of them to join. Good morning, Sai Bhargavi. Okay, so with no further delay, let's get into the topic. So, welcome to the morning session, everyone. It's really a nice weather, and we'll be starting with a very nice topic that's emotional intelligence. So, what exactly is emotional intelligence? You can see in the picture that our brain is being divided into two different parts, where our right brain is always dependent on creativity, innovation, and much more creative stuff. Where we tend to do artistic, where most of these people who's into artists and who's into painting, and not just painting, even in the creative stuff, they all would be uh, their right brain would be highly active. And when it comes to the left brain, it's completely analytical, where most of them tend to think a lot. Say, for example, where you're given a Rubik's Cube. Rubik's Cube has, which it gives work for both right brain and left brain. Let me tell you how. So, right brain, when you see the colors, your right brain starts activated looking at the colors to join them. And when it comes to solve the cube, you start using your left brain. In the picture itself, you can see that right brain is completely on emotional and left brain is completely on intelligence. Look at the way how it is being designed. Yeah. So, what exactly is emotional intelligence? Let us look at the definition. So, emotional intelligence is the ability to understand, use, and manage your own emotions in a positive ways to relieve your stress. Nowadays, we see most of students and especially the employees due to this pandemic, where before we used to feel that yes, we need work from home so that we can sit peacefully and we can start working. But COVID has proven that work from home has been the most pathetic one where in office we would see at least some of our colleagues to join and then we can share what we are used to or we can talk to them. Everything was there, but when it comes to work we just be alone at home and we are just working. So it mainly depends on that, like how we overcome the challenges, like how we most of us we tend to take stress a lot when it comes to work from home. So at that moment we'll be very much under pressure, so we need anyone's support now. When the work is done you'll be all alone, stressed all over, working from morning, whatever the shift it is, from morning till evening you'll be working all alone, struggling hard. But when you're in office at least you'll have certain people to talk to and you'll have some free time. So, what are the main five major characteristics that you would be coming across emotional intelligence? So, that is first is self awareness, self regulation, and motivation, and empathy, and social skills. These are the main five characteristics where we have to uh, follow all the time. So, let's get into that. First thing is self awareness. What is self awareness exactly? Anyone? Okay. So, self awareness, which means recognizing how someone is feeling without them having to say anything. What do you understand by this? You can drop your uh, message in the live comment section. Okay. Ali Ansari has given recognizing how someone is feeling. What exactly do you understand by that? Okay, I appreciate that answer. Understanding others' feelings. Nice. And apart from that, okay. So, recognizing how someone is feeling in the sense, now, say for example, let me give you an example. Uh, any one of your friend who's been very close to you and you have spent, say for example, if you're doing engineering, is been with you for almost around 4 years, you've been very close friends, and you would be having a very good fun time with him, where you'll be sharing each and everything. You'll be sharing all your personal things. You'll be sharing all your joys, your sorrows, your sad moments, or what do you say? Your when you're into depression. First thing, okay, Ali Ansari, believing others' feelings. Yes, that's really right. I appreciate that answer. So, using you feel very free when you are with someone who's close to, because you can be yourself, where most of the time, when it comes to your home, not everyone would be open up to your parents. Some of the parents would be very friendly, but still you cannot open up everything, you cannot share everything with your parents. So at that moment, friends are the one who will be with you, and you share each and everything. You don't even know them. You have not met them. They are not from your childhood. Whatever it is, it's just a span of 2 years or 3 years or 4 years you've been with them, and with a very quick building rapport, you find your friends with your similar mind wavelength. So you try to understand their feelings, you try to believe their feelings. First thing what comes in friendship is trust. So you trust your friends and you share each and everything. But at the same time, how you feel when the college is over, your college time is over, and your friend is staying in some other place and you're staying in some other corner. So that is how you feel, like how you feel when they are not with you. That feel, the self awareness. Most of them, when it comes to emotional intelligence, when you're getting too very addicted to people, you at any point of time when they are not with you, it takes very long time for you to come out of it. Yes, remembering others feelings, correct, Ali. So it takes very long time for you to come out of it. That is the first important characteristics, that is self awareness. It is a bitter truth. See, life is like uh how can I tell you, it's like a train where passengers keep coming, and they get down when their stop comes. Yeah. So that is how life goes. So even you have to go with the flow, where some of them, when their friends are not there with them, when they initially maybe around for some days, they would feel very low, where they need someone else to talk to them, and it takes very long time for them to get the similar wavelength where they used to have, like a person who's having A as a friend, and he's understood in and out, he knows completely about the friend, and then immediately you feel like he's not there with you, and the other one enters. But when a friend B enters, you don't feel the same wavelength for certain number of days where you feel like from friend A. That is how it is. And let's go to the next, that is managing emotions. First thing we've seen self awareness, how we went through the emotions, what we have seen. Some of us will be looking from the emotional perspective, and some of will be looking at the uh, analytical perspective. So it depends on you how you manage your emotions. In English, there's a saying where don't be available for everyone all the time. Have you heard of it? Yes. Always don't be available for everyone all the time. Why? Because not everyone thinks the same way how you think. Just a very simple example I'll give you. Just look at your palm. Look at your fingers. Not all the fingers are even. When you look into that, you get to know that. One would be very small, one would be very big. So the same way when people are, not everyone will be having the same kind of emotions what you provide. Some of them would be fake, some of them would be very genuine. So always choose wisely and think wisely and try to manage your emotions. Just try to analyze, because you're using at the beginning of the slide I had shown you the right brain and the left brain. It depends on you how you use both analytical and emotional together to judge a person. It depends on you how you show your emotions, how you express your feelings to the one. You will have to analyze how one is giving respect, or one who's giving the value for emotions what you have been giving. So you will see all kinds of people in this world, where some of them would be completely using you by playing with your emotions. Some of them will be very emotional, but you tend to take them very light. Have this happened in any of your lives? Do you have you ever felt that? Yes. So that is how you have to manage your emotions. When you feel that you're lonely, the one who comes to you, who understands you, is the right friend. You know, there's another saying in English where be with the ones whom you love, not the ones. Sorry, I'm going wrong. Let me rephrase it. Be with the one who loves you, not the one who you love. Because the one who understands you, the one who understands your character, your feeling, whatever it is, they would be knowing you very well. That is how you manage your emotions, like the way you express it to others, the way you be with the people. Yeah. So let's get into the next thing, that is motivation. Most of us in the corporate world, as well as in the college, most of us need this. This is a main tool for everyone. Give me an example where what kind of motivation you get in college. Anyone can drop the message. What is that one thing that gives you motivation in college? Okay, faculties and okay, self motivation guides. Nice. Yes, as Mr. Ibrahim told, self motivation. Yes. Now, self motivation is you need too much of emotional intelligence to deal with the self motivation. You know how? Because now, whatever, when you come to the corporate world, any of them, when you become an employee in any of the company, okay, self confidence and teachers, okay, that's really nice. So, what exactly you need in companies when it comes, because you've been working, you've been struggling hard, and you've been doing it, you've been given the very best performance where you've completed all your tasks and within the stipulated time. and still you're not getting motivated. You need, for self motivation, you need a high emotional intelligence. Why? Because it's very difficult. You need, it is very difficult to self motivate. Okay, Ali Ansari is told self knowledge, skills, and talents. Yes, that's true. You need a lot of emotional intelligence to self motivate yourself. When nobody is with you, you are about to take the help of your shadow, your own shadow, and you have to motivate yourself. So it just depends the way how you motivate your work, how you enjoy your work. Nothing is impossible. Where you can see the word itself, impossible, you can see I am possible. Nothing is impossible. You see, you, until and unless you give it a try, until and unless you give it a try, you would not get to know. Because some of them needs motivation. Why? Because now from months together you've been slogging, uh, you've been slogging to work a lot on your tasks given. You have been giving the better performance. You have been uh, what do you say, you have been completing your tasks on time. You have been managing your work. You have been on time and exactly off duty you're going, and then you have been striving hard. And if you're not provided with any of the let's take it like you're not given with the best performer or the star performance. Yeah, so you're not given with the star performer. How do you feel? You feel demotivated. And very limited people use that self motivation control. It's like using self control to channel emotions towards a goal. Because a true employee or the true worker or whoever it might be, when you are enjoying the work, you will definitely self motivate yourself. That is the best thing in motivation. You know how the CEO of Amazon, can I know who is the CEO of Amazon? I hope everyone would be knowing that. Yes, it is Jeff Bezos. Correct. So the CEO of Amazon, he's the CEO of Amazon who's been earning, within a day, he earns crores and crores of income. And a CEO is never off duty. At least we, being the employees or the managers, we will be getting motivations from the higher end. But if it's a CEO, who's the one above him who's going to motivate? Yes, Ali, it's right. Jeff Bezos, correct. So, who's the one who will be motivating? They are the self motivators. They are never off duty. They are always motivated. They keep coming up with new things. They keep investing on very good things, and they try to see the more income, how to generate. They would be having the complete vision what the upcoming, what they're gonna do. So that is something, a kind of motivation where, how Jeff Bezos motivates his employees. I know, though personally he would not go and he would motivate them. Yeah, Sabash, come on, you have done a great job. No, he doesn't motivate in that way. He criticizes himself. He makes humor out of himself. And that's really a very, very difficult task. A person who's Jeff Bezos, who's been world famous, who's been earning crores and crores of rupees, who's been minting money within a day, who's been earning more huge profits within a day, and he himself making him as a joker and making humor out of his own character is really a very big task. He needs heights of emotional intelligence for that. Criticizing oneself is a very big task. That is how he motivates. How it is a motivation for the employees? They feel that yes, Amazon, the CEO of Amazon himself does that, then that's not a mistake from my end. Me committing a mistake is not a big deal, because Amazon CEO also does a mistake, even we do mistake. So that is how he motivates his employees. He motivates his employees to reach towards their goal. Okay, so let's get to the next one, that is empathy. What do you mean by empathy? Anyone? Okay, empathy in the sense understanding the emotional perspective of other people. There are remembering others' emotional perspective. Okay, what exactly is the difference between sympathy and empathy? Sympathy is like you're showing in actions where you get to know that your friends what do you say, your friend's puppy is being died, so you sympathize him. It's okay, relax, cool down. You just tell them, you just give them a shoulder tap, telling yes, this is how it is, this is how it has to go home. You have to give them. But empathy, when it comes, your way of thinking would be different, and your friend's way of thinking would be different. In very simple ways, you putting your feet in your friend's shoes, not exactly putting your feet in your friend's shoes. Okay, Ali Ansari, the ability to imagine how another person is feeling and so understand his or her mood. Yes, exactly. That's really true. You have given a perfect answer for that. So you are completely putting yourself into your friend's situation where he has lost something or is being depressed due to some reason. You will empathize him. You will be under his or her feelings, what she is facing. You will be completely looking into her perspective, what she is facing, and you will start giving solutions to your friend. It is the most difficult task for anyone to empathize. Many people cannot do that. They just sympathize and they feel that they are empathizing her. That is how it goes. It is very difficult to empathize someone. Providing sympathy is very, it doesn't take a long time, but uh, being empathized to your friend is the most biggest task, because you putting your complete yourself into her situation and thinking in her perspective, it needs a very big task. So if you are doing that, that is the most important characteristics for emotional intelligence, where you would be your friend would be highly relieved that you have to completely reach to that wavelength of your friend. So that is something about empathy. Then handling relationship. Yes, this is the most important point where people lose out many of their friends or many of their relatives, or whoever it might be. It is let's go with the definition, like using personal information and information about others to handle the social relationship and develop interpersonal skills. Now there are certain institutes where they provide counselings for these kind of topics to handle relationship. Have you heard of it? Are you aware of it? There are institutes where they give counseling sessions. This happens even in the corporate world when the employee is not able to perform his like in the beginning his graph used to be in a complete high, and then gradually he starts decreasing. Why? Because there are counseling sessions where what he's going through, what are the uh, Like before he could give all the best performance he used to give, and now he's been to the least five. Why is that? So there are counselors who would come for the company, or the person would be sent for the institute where the counselors would receive his personal information. They would sit in a closed room or closed cabin where they share each and everything, what he's going through, what is that one thing he's not able to give up better information. You see, most of the employees are very uh, they are very poor in handling the professional life as well as the personal life. When you're into the professional life, you have to think about your work. Personal should not interfere. When you're coming to the personal life, your professional should not interfere. That is, it depends on you how you handle uh, the things. The similar way, handling relationship, most of them tend to lose their relationship by showing either too much of emotions on them, being highly dependent. And you say there's there's a program called neuro linguistic programming where it is trained that, in simple words, the employees have been trained in such a way that they have been given with an example of a bulb. You know what is a bulb, right? Not the CFL one, the normal. So, how they are treated with that bulb, in the sense that bulb is their emotional intelligence. You know how, when too much, when it comes to relationship, if the bulb is defined as a relationship, relationship is the most important in life. Without relationship, will not succeed further in life. That's really true. I do agree that. So let me come back. So the relationship is being denoted as a bulb, okay, and whatever the love or emotion you've been showing is as electricity, okay. So when it comes to relationship, how will a bulb work? When it's given sufficient electricity, where if it's a 12 watts bulb, it should be given with a 12 watts of electricity. So the similar way, it depends on you how you handle the relationship. What happens if the electricity is low or electricity is high? If the electricity is being denoted as your emotions, when you're given very less emotions to anyone, what will the bulb do? It will give you only less light. And in case if you're showing too much of love on anyone, say for example, you have been very emotional for, and that turns out to a possessiveness as well, where people tend to leave you, or you start taking a huge care on them, which most of them do not prefer that. So, what happens when you give more electricity to the bulb? It starts glowing high, and it starts, even the filament might burst out, or even the bulb itself might burst out. So, always keep this one thing in your mind, with whomever you are, with whomever you're talking to, with whomever you're in relationship, with whomever you're with your, be it with your best friend or whoever it might be, always remember a bulb in that situation, because if the bulb is provided with the normal electricity, only then it would be last long. If it is you're showing too much of love, or you're not showing, then there are chances of not able to, or not having the capability to handle the relationship. I hope this example will be implemented by our students. So let's go further. What are the emotional triggers that make you blow out of gasket? Anyone? What is that one thing where you have to burst out, but you're not in a situation, or the situation is not demanding you to burst out? What are those one things Say, for example, now you have been humiliated in front of the class. How would you trigger? How would you manage? Your brain says, come on, man, burst out, come on, screw them up, shout at them. You feel like shouting, you feel like blasting the door harder, or hitting very hard, hitting the bench. Yes, angry. How do you come out of it? How do you manage that anger when you are completely, when you are triggered? Yes, Ali Ansari, you lose your temper. Okay, frustration. How do you come out of it? How do you manage that when you are frustrated, when you are completely losing your temper? How do you come out of it? What, how you're not, you cannot even burst out in that situation. What are you going to do at that time? How do you manage that frustration or anger or lose temper? Yeah, you silently walk away, or you try to slam the door, or you try, you show it by your body language, by by showing an aggressive behavior or the facial expression, or holding grudges, or ignore for some time and cool down. That's really very nice. Just say it's okay to yourself, Ashwini. Very nice. That's really nice. And you that needs a very high emotional intelligence to calm down yourself when you're about to lose temper. And Ibrahim, that's really nice to know that ignore for some time and cool down. That's really nice. That's really a great thing what you have to cultivate further. And they should control the emotions whatever others do the mistakes. Okay, that's really nice. Yes, cool down, correct. So you try to use foul languages, or even if not, you're not able to talk, you show it in actions, where whatever is in front of you, you try to break them, or you try to you show aggressive behavior, or you use humor, kind like humor, inappropriate humor, like humiliating the ones who's in front of you. By laughing, you try to humiliate them. So that is some of the breakdowns what happens when you proceed further. So emotional, these kind of things happen when there is very less emotional intelligence in the people. They should give time to others, whatever their work they have. Okay, that's really nice. So you need a high emotional intelligence to come out of this, because this happens. There's a very good solution what I would be providing for this. That is, these are the types of emotions, not the emoticons what you have been seeing, but these are the type of emotions where there are faces right behind this. In these are the facial expressions where some of them will showcase it differently, and what they feel differently. They are very strong in their emotional intelligence at that moment, because some of them, now you have been humiliated in front of the whole class, or you have been humiliated in front of the colleagues or the coordinates who've been with you, and you tend to burst out, you tend to lose your temper, but still you just give a smile and then you just walk away. That needs a high emotional intelligence where people do that. Okay, Ali and Sari, they should not cross the limits whenever the situation is there. Okay, that's really nice. So these are the types of emotions what you come through, where the facial expression itself denotes. So for that, the solution is stop. Stop is what you should not stop doing all the time. In before, I think I've seen ignorance is what someone had told. So the same way, when you're in anger, or when you're depressed, or when you're even about to take any decisions, or when you're in a heat moment where you want to yell at them, though your mistake is not there, you want to yell at them. See, fighting with anyone doesn't take much of time. It's just a heat moment, and later you'll have to regret. Why do you want to have that regret? Be- Apart from that, you can start following this thing. Stop in the sense S, that is pause for 6 seconds. Our brain, when you are becoming angry or when you are depressed, so many positive neurons start getting demolished. It's very difficult actually, and you tend to lose your temper. Your energy will be wasted. And pause for 6 seconds, be it, let's take it for 10 seconds at least. Okay, even if you're taking for 10 seconds, just count 10. Take a breath, that is one slow calm breath. So observe what you're thinking before ramming to anyone, or before yelling at someone, or before giving a wrong judgment with someone. Because see, people always see what they believe. That is a human tendency. What we see, we very soon we believe that. It's very less that people analyze the situation, what has happened. That is how it is. So just calm yourself, think what you're thinking, and what are you about to react, and what are you feeling within yourself. Okay, put in the other's perspective, always follow this. Never ever, even if you're having any clash with your friends, or even if you're having any you're not talking to your friends for a silly reason, it might be, or the serious things, put yourself in their perspective, what they prefer. It's not bad to come one step down to get into their mindset. That doesn't make you anything, because egos would not long for last. So pull back, put in someone's perspective, see the bigger picture, in fact, of opinion. Put yourself in that and then proceed. That is what is the best thing you can do to handle that situation. Always have this one thing: stop is what you should not stop anytime. I hope you guys would follow this thing. Just remember these in the session, what I've told. Just remember two things. When you're in relationship, compare it yourself to the bulb, and you'll get to know what situation you are. And when you're in anger, try to follow this stop technique, because this will help you solve a lot of things. As I told you, when you're in anger, almost around thousands and thousands of positive neurons will crash, and that's not good. It needs a very long time to get back that. So try to stop and be patient, be calm, and then try to follow this. So let's get in further, expressing your feelings to others. So, stop guidelines. Yes. So, how do you express your feelings? There are three types of people, where one would be passive, one would be assertive, one would be aggressive, and the fourth one is handling all the three. How the one, he or she who's in the uh, fourth point, where she handles all these three things together, is the best one, because he or she will be knowing how to handle what kind of situation and where. Let's go with the passive. So, what exactly is passive? This kind of person, he or she is like, I don't count, so you can take advantage of me. As I told you, don't be available for everyone all the time. So, you're giving the complete, you're just opening the gates and welcoming, either be it good or bad. You're giving a welcome mat, you have given a red carpet. Yes, you can take the whole advantage of me. So needs and thoughts are less important than yours. You put yourself completely on them because trust comes in between, where you're okay with anything. Whatever your friend says, the crow is white. Yes, you tend to believe that crow is white. Though it is black, you tend to follow your friend telling the crow is white. Yes, it is white. Assertive is a type of person where he thinks how he sees the situation. He would give his perspective. Where now, let me give you an example. This assertiveness happens a lot when you're facing the interviews, such as uh, group discussions, especially. This is one thing you have to cultivate a lot when it comes to group discussions, where you'll be given with a topic where you'll be providing some of your inputs, what you would prefer, where this is your perspective, this is my perspective. I would see the situation in this moment. Say, for example, now note ban, you would be thinking that yes, it is the best thing what note ban has been happened. Yes, it's been very long time. So, but still, you tend to say that yes, note ban is very much needed. Why? Because as you being educated, and you feel that yes, there are positive ways where the black money would be uh, going, there won't be any value for the black money, but others perspective would not be the same as what you are thinking. They'll be thinking like the ones who's of the middle class or the lower class. They would be having very less savings, very limited savings, and immediately if there's a note ban, they'll have a huge crisis where they have to face, they have to stand in a queue, and they have to you're seen in the news channels as well, where uh, the note ban had happened and there was a very long queue to exchange their currency notes, and there was very limited time. So that is how you put yourself. So you tell that this is what I think, this is how I feel, and this is how I see the situation. And you give them the opportunity that what do you think about my perspective. That is how you give them. You tell them this is what my perspective is, what do you think, is there any changes to be done, or is there anything alternative where I can be with that. So if our needs are conflict, I'm certainly ready to explore our differences, and I may be prepared to compromise, which means he has given his own inputs or her own inputs, and still he feels he gives respect to the other, or other friends thing also. Aggressive, this is very, most of them with more ego, they do that. They are least bothered, they are like, they are the kings of their own world. They do not, they are very stubborn, and they just want things to go in their own way. They are least bothered whether now, in very simple, let's take it as fun in colleges. Now, if your classmates have there are a student of 10 people in your friends group, and in that one person has already written the assignment, and there are 9 of them who has not written assignments. I'm sure you would have done this, like you would have shown, you would have told that, come on man, 9 of us have not written, you please don't go and submit, or else we'll be asked, telling this is how it is, come on man, don't do that. But the person will be very aggressive. Why should I even bother? I'm already done. Why should I delay? I'll be losing my marks. He'll go and submit it assignment, and you, the rest nine of them are booked. Have you ever faced this experience? Yes, you would have faced this experience in the colleges where it happens most of the time. Yes, it does happens. So they, as I told, they are kings of their own world. They are least bothered about anyone's relationship or the friendship, whatever it is. They just want themselves to be on a safer side. But they don't know that even they would be coming into that situation. That's a different genre. But yes, there are these three kinds of people. It depends on you how you react to the situation, either being passive or assertive or aggressive. Being aggressive would not work out all the time, especially when you're trying to become managers. You are mostly supposed to be passive or assertive. You are supposed to be. It is a compulsory, because if you're being aggressive, I'm sure that your team would not resist with the managing skills what you have. So let's proceed further. Why EQ is important. So give me a minute. Yes. So why EQ is very much important. So over the past 2 decades, we have been seeing that most of the children, now when we were kids, we used to play out with our friends. We used to go play cricket. We used to find uh, like we used to see most of them having fun with their childhood friends in the street. And now most of them have been addicted to mobile phones, where kids don't have the interaction with their mates who's in their street. And they are very depressive, they are very lonely. And most of them, they do not give respect to the elders, and they do not know how to speak to the elders. So it's not just children, even even when it comes to the college kids as well, when they grow up, it becomes very difficult for them to build a rapport with any of the others. Let's take some of the possible causes are parents have very less free time. Say for example, now both the parents are working, and in case if the parents have working in government officials or the banks, if they're having too many transfers where they keep traveling all around, and even the family has to change, and kids would be in the hostel, they would not know what exactly is the bond between people. They would not know how to speak to the relatives, or they would be very reserved, where we'll be taught in such a way that we get gel with everyone. So there are certain people where they have very less relationship with their relatives, and they won't have much interaction. And mostly, even if they're having like both the parents often work, that is still more difficult, because kids need attention, kids need love. Children need attention towards the kids. And if there's a mistake where a child commits, there should be a father or a mother to guide him that this is wrong, this is right. Some of them, yes, even though they are not under the supervision of their parents, they get to know what the world is. They are really high in their emotional intelligence. They get to know how to deal with the situations. They become very independent. But not all of them not all of them be the same. So that is how it is. They become very lonely. They don't prefer, they become kind of introverts, where they would not prefer to talk to anyone, or they would be highly restricted at home, telling that you're not supposed to go out, or especially this most of the time, almost 70 to 80% it happens with girls, especially when they've been raised in such a way where sir, what is the full form of EQ? Yeah, EQ is emotional quotient. It is another name for emotional intelligence, that is EQ, emotional quotient. I hope I have cleared your doubt, Abraham. So yes, so they become very nervous, they become very introvert, where they would not be talking to any of them. They'll be in one corner, where they would not prefer anyone to they don't prefer sharing anything. They prefer to be alone, and they take very long time to get adjusted. So these are some of the possible causes which does happen. So we are in the end of a session. So this is the last slide, where these are the top 5 suggestions to develop emotional intelligence. That is to distinguish between your thoughts and feelings. Yes, that is the most important thing. Don't always compare, or try to differentiate what is your thoughts and what is your feelings, and always be energized, be enthusiastic rather than being angry. Even when you become like the ones now who's been listening, the class might be the future managers or the CEOs or the entrepreneurs. I hope everyone would be in the very good I wish everyone will be in a very good positions, and always feel energized, always try to motivate, but don't try to deal any situations with anger, because that would never last for the longer time. And don't advise or command or control or judge. Never ever handle anyone's situation. Never ever handle anyone's life, because you like the people the way they are. So if you try to handle you, they are not a clay pots, or your friends are not a clay pots to design the way how you want. Love the way they are, and that is how your relationship would be more strong. And take more responsibility of your feelings. Okay. So thank you so much. If there are any queries, there are 3 minutes left. You're free to ask me if there are any queries from your end. I hope everyone have enjoyed the session, and none of them in the early morning. Thank you so much, Ali. And I hope you guys have subscribed our YouTube channel, that is 7 Sense Aptitude Preparations. Please do like and share this session if you would have loved. I hope everyone have a great day, and for all the courses, please try to sign up with our 7sensetalent.com and try to practice, and it would be helpful a lot for your classes, where you would be attending the interviews, and our 7 Sense portal will be helping you out. By signing up you can practice the aptitudes. Yeah. So thank you so much for being very patient and listening to the session in this morning. I hope everyone's got a very nice day. So wish you all good luck and have a great day. Thank you.